Today, I'm going to be showing you cars that are the best grinding cars in Greenville, aka cars that have really good mileage, and some of these also happen to be really good roleplay cars. So, stay tuned, and let's get right into the video. But before that, cue the music. Starting off here, we have the 2025 Tuscany Rio Grande electrified, and it must be a plug-in hybrid trim. Any of the plug-in hybrid trims works. This goes for around, I believe, $39,000, but basically $40,000. Yeah, it's a solid choice right off the bat. It's actually really well priced. This thing can carry 7 people, and honestly, very well designed. I'm gonna drive it around for a bit. I think I kind of partially reviewed this when when the update that included this car dropped. And just a little detail, the engine vents open when you turn on the engine. I think people might have forgotten about that, so it's a good detail to know. Again, crazy car with this one. You could go off-roading, maybe convoys. I'm not stuck in the water, as you can see. I could guess that right there. Not really great acceleration, but again, that's not really what you buy this car for. You buy this for the range and the off-roadiness, as I've just demonstrated. But I'm gonna drive around a little more, flexing some of those new lights while I'm at it. And I'm gonna show you how many miles this clocks and what is the miles to gallon on the Tuscany Rio Grande. Honestly, I think it's come out to a really solid one, I believe. Yeah, and it's gonna be like this for the rest of the video, but I trust my calculations. Means this car has about 12.5 gallons in the tank. Honestly, not that bad off a start. And if we divide it by the range of 796 miles... Bro! Oh my god. So it's 796 miles listed in the dealership with 12.5 gallons of tank. That is roughly 63.68 or about 64 miles to the gallon. Honestly, quite a solid start. And I remember an old video about grinding cars, and even the highest one was only 60 miles per gallon. But that's enough waffling about old stuff. Let's move on to the next great grinding car. And now the next car is the 2024 Mizuki Sendai, the first real car on the list. But trust me, there's gonna be more, alright? Surprisingly good, because in the dealership, it says it has 56 miles to the gallon. But I want to talk to you about something else first, because not only is this a good grinding car, you can definitely take it off-road. And with this trim that I bought that has a roof box of it, definitely looks the part. Let's take it for a little drive. Again, working very well on the road. I think this could work for a camping RP, because let's take a look at the seats. There's 7 of them. Definitely also a really good RP car, just like the Rio Grande. It's getting a little dirty here, but whoa, okay. Yeah, looking at that fuel gauge, it isn't going down a lot, or at all, even though we just drove a bit just now. That's very small compared to probably most other cars. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, we've tumbled and tossed that car a little bit. Let's cross the river. Of course. Managed easy. And let's get this dirty car to the gas station. Actually, before I forget, let's do a quick acceleration test on this car. So, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Actually, I haven't reviewed this car formally either. Okay, that's quite a slow 0 to 60, but then again, this is a people mover. You gotta remember that. This carries 7 people, it's an off-roader, it's bulky, it's heavy. Handling's a little slow, but really, if you can tolerate that, this is a good grinding car in terms of range. But I actually gotta prove that statement about the range, so let's pull up into the gas station and see how many miles it actually clocks. If we get a total range of 980 miles, which is incredible. Okay, this is actually, and even a little Easter egg I mentioned in my secrets video, so that's honestly pretty cool about this car. Wait, and for our third car, we have the 2012 BKM Series 10 20TD. If you guys don't have Game Pass and also have very little money, this is a very value option. Got a slightly higher trim because I know people don't really like the looks of this one. But this is the BKM Series 10. I specifically got the 20TD trim. Diesel trims all offer around 870 miles, 5 miles of range, which that is astonishing for such a small and cheap car like this. And again, I'm not really going to do speed tests because there's no way this is beating anything in a race, but It's simple, it gets the job done, it drags you out for a long distance, and hey, again, early era of BMW fictional, so it's not really looking the part like I already said, but, you know, it's got some fog lights, it's got the high beams, updated lighting, all that. Let me take it for a drive, actually, because we're still at basically full gauge. And while we're pulling up at the airport, I have to say, this is another car I actually reviewed from a long while ago, actually. I did make a video about how this is a really cheap... I'm doing this video now, because might as well, and we're pulling up to the gas station by doing some illegal road tricks. Alright, now that we're at the gas station, let me fill up my car. 93%. This car clocks in at around 77 miles to the gallon, or more specifically, 76.75, or more specifically 76 3/4 of a mile to the gallon, which is insanity. This is probably the highest one we've gotten thus far, and you know what? That's quite good value. I'm about to show you another BKM vehicle that just might be more fuel efficient. And for another BMW, we have the 2024 BKM Series 50 TE all-wheel drive. I got the black line trim simply because, again, I think it looks pretty good. And this is a luxury RP sedan, going for around, what, $110,000? Not much from the other ones, just really with options. Again, very luxurious, and of course it doesn't have that notch in the grille, but really, I very much like it. Thing is, I also did review this car. Honestly, not that slow, considering its size and weight. But now let's go take it to refuel and see how much it costs. Okay, I think that was not enough driving. I'll drive a bit more to Cenex past this train, and maybe I'll see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm pulling up to Cenex right now, and this is... honestly, the fuel bar hasn't gone down by a lot. That seems very little, but let's actually go get refueled. At 97%, we have 0.4 gallons. Let's take a look. That means this car holds around 13 gallons, and with the range that is given of around 1267 miles, that's about 97. I repeat, 97 miles to the gallon. I'm jumping out for this. This is probably the most fuel efficient one in terms of miles per gallon we've had thus far. I could be wrong, but, and just as a side note, before I forget, people might have actually forgotten about this feature. So, I'm going to stop my car, and I'm gonna start it up again. You see that right there? Folding mirrors. That was added, I'm pretty sure, at the beginning of the fictional update, or some of the fictionals, but yeah, that's quite nice, really. That's enough for the 7 series. We're now going to move on to the next and final car. And of course, saving the best for last, this is the 2021 Falcon Departure. Any hybrid trim works. I got titanium just because I think it looks better. One thing I did mention about this car in an earlier video was that this is actually a crazy sleeper, so let's take it for a test. That, I'm telling you right there, it's like 3-4 second acceleration to 0 to 60, but yeah, it's honestly quite incredible. And the fact that it has such a huge, massive range as well, it's something to be great. It's something that's genuinely incredible, and I think this is probably one of the best all-rounders in Greenville in general, just flat. Well, now let's actually take it to refuel, so this is 83%. That's 6 gallons at 17%, meaning the car is 35 gallons, and if we just divide it by the range, that's about 46 miles to the gallon, which is honestly crazy. This got buffed with the hybrid update, and this is probably one of the best cars to come out of it. Also, just decent model and lighting in general if you look at it. It's not that bad. But since this is our final car, I guess that's the end of the video. Well, I hope you learned a little bit more about grinding cars, and if you ever want to DTE for a long amount of time without really carrying on your computer, you can definitely use one of these. But that's about it. I've been the Heisenberger, and I'll see you later.